everyone, I'm Harry, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to do another How to Sound Like video. This time we're going to try and get the tones on some of my favourite songs by The Strokes. So before we get started, if you like the Sound Like video at any point, please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and hit the little bell notification for me as well. It really does help me out a lot, and that way you won't miss out on any of my future uploads. There's going to be affiliate links down in the description to every piece of gear I used in this video and to record my videos. These do help support the channel out further, so I'd really appreciate if you go and check them out. So The Strokes are one of my favourite bands, and I thought this would be really cool because there's actually recently sent and demoed the brand new Blackbird Overdrive by VS Audio that actually seeks to capture vintage Fender style amps in a pedal, and you can use it as a preamp to really change your amp and make it sound and feel like a Fender amp. And considering I'm using my Hamstead RT60 Plus RT in this, which is definitely not a Fender style amp, I thought the Blackbird by VS Audio would be really cool. Most notably because the Strokes are really famous for using Fender Hot Rod DeVilles and Deluxes. I actually recently did a full demo of the Blackbird by VS Audio, so if you'd like to see that, there'll be a link up in the cards, in the description and pinned in the comments. Now, of course, there's always Nick and Albert's parts using a 335 style guitar P90s, which I'm doing today, and then Albert's parts are on a Strat, but we're kind of going to look at both parts and just play them on one guitar, because really a lot of their tones, the main difference is actually the guitar and the player. Whenever I've done covers of theirs before, I'm actually using the same pedals and very often the same settings, and it's just different tones because of the different guitars. So some of the other pieces of gear, like I said, I'm using my Hamstead RT60 Plus RT, which is one of my favourite clean pedal platform amps. That's running into a Tone King Ironman 2 attenuator just to knock off a few dBs, then into a Celestion G12M 65 Greenback speaker that's been recorded by a Lewitt MTP 440 dynamic microphone, which is like an SM57 with a tiny bit more bass. The guitar I'm using is my 1958 Reissue ES335 with Monty's 54 Humbucker style P90 pickups to get us closer to Nick Valencia's tone. Everyone knows that they use the Jekyll and Hyde distortion pedal, but pretty much any great distortion pedal set very clean will work. So for that, I'm actually using the DRV by 1981 Inventions, which I've used in loads of my Strokes covers, set really clean because it gives you that distortion voicing and EQ shift, but then also gives you a tiny bit of distortion breakup that you can either boost with other pedals to get more breakup, but a lot of their cleanish overdrive tone is really just a distortion pedal with the gain turned down. Then other than that, to get some more gain in different parts, I'm going to be boosting it with a clean boost, and for that I'm using the Hamstead Ascent. So we'll get into the first song now anyway. So there we go, that was obviously last night. So again, it's a really mild distortion sound set very clean. And then for the solo that Albert usually plays, but we're just playing it on the same guitar, I had the Ascent running into that to give us a little gain boost. So I'll show you what the distortion sounds like going straight into the amp, and then I'll kick on the Blackbird because that's really sculpting our tone and giving us that Fender amp tone through a different amp. And you can really see it really does give an EQ shift, even though I've got that pedal set really clean. So the distortion straight into the amp sounds like this. So as you can see, the distortion sounds quite dark running into the amp, and the Blackbird is really giving us that Fender amp tone in a pedal and really acts as a great preamp running into an amp. So you could use this with pretty much any amp and it would give you that classic Fender tone, which is really key to getting the tone for Strokes stuff. So let's get into the next song. So there we go, that was Sunday. So for this, it was just the distortion set really clean, running into the Blackbird again, just to give us that nice distortion, EQ shift, but also really clean, and it's kind of breaking up more when you dig in, like when you go to the strummy chords. Again, I was mixing out, but in mixed parts for that, but you get the idea. So I'll show you what the distortion sounds like going straight into the amp, then I'll kick on the Blackbird so you can see how it's giving us that Fender amp. There you go, you could hear what the Blackbird was doing and really shaping our tones. So let's get into the next song. So there we go, that was Reptilia, again mixing loads of different parts. So for this, again, it was the distortion. I had the Ascent boosting the distortion for a bit more gain, and then we were running into the Blackbird. So I'll show you what the Ascent and the distortion sounds like together, and then I'll kick on the Blackbird so you can hear how it's giving us that Fender amp sound. So there you go, you could hear how the Blackbird was shaping our tone. So now let's get into the next one. So there we go, that was You Only Live Once. So again, it was just the distortion for all the parts, apart from when we get to the little lead lines, and then I'm kicking on the Ascent, boosting into the distortion. So I'll show you what it sounds like going straight into the amp, and then I'll kick on the Blackbird so you can hear what it's doing to our tone. Okay, so that was You Only Live Once. Now let's get into the final one, which is Undercover of Darkness. Okay, so that was Undercover of Darkness. So for this, I had the Ascent boosting the distortion again for more gain. Same settings throughout. And the only thing I'm really changing is for the main riff that comes in on the intro, I'm using the net pickup. Then the rest of the song is just the bridge pickup. And again, we have that all running into the Blackbird to give us that Fender amp tone. So I'll show you what that sounds like without the Blackbird engaged, and then I'll engage it so you can hear what it's doing to our tone. So there we have it. That was a look at how to sound like some of my favourite songs from the Strikes. Again, the reason why I wanted to do this is because I was recently sent and demoed the Blackbird's Overdrive VS Audio that seeks to capture vintage Fender amps and put them in a pedal and give you that tone even if you don't own a Fender amp. In this video, we really used it as a preamp and shown how well it can sculpt the tone and give you that Fender amp flavour in your own amp when running different drive pedals into that. Again, if you want to see my full demo of the Blackbird, there'll be a link up in the cards, in the description, and pinned in the comments. Of course, for all these songs, we were kind of mix matching parts, but like I said at the beginning, whenever I've done covers of these, I've had very similar pedal settings throughout and actually using the same pedals. And the main difference is actually the tone coming from the two different players and the two different guitars. But I thought it'd be really cool to use this 1958 Reissue ES335 with the Monty's 54 humbucker size P90s to get Nick Valenci's tone. Of course, the 1981 Inventions DRV really came in handy to give us that EQ shift of a distortion pedal and that slight distortion breakup, even though it's set really clean, and then to get more gain using the Hamstead Ascent boost to run into that. This was a really fun one to do. I'm a big fan of the Strikes, and all these songs are really cool. A lot of the Strikes tones, they have some signature sounds, and they all sound quite similar, and it's more just getting the gain stages right for most of their songs. But let me know down in the comments how close you thought I got to the original songs and any future How to Sound Like videos you'd like to see me do. If you did like the Sound Like video, please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and hit the little bell notification for me as well. It really does help me out a lot, and that way you won't miss out on any of my future uploads. Other than that, go onto my channel, check out some of my playlists, have plenty more lessons, covers, gear demos, How to Sound Like videos, and anything guitar related. As always, I've been Harry, and thanks for watching.